Hey, folks. So we're been doing ongoing trials and testing with Dunnondale Farms anaerobic digester in Sterling, Ontario, an amazing dairy farm. And we're going to check in here with Eric shortly. But just in a brief synopsis of what you're going to hear, ProBio powder, 15 pounds a day for 30,000 gallons of input. We're having 15 to 20 cubic meters of volume reduction of digestate. And that reduction in digestate is directly related to the increased gas production in the digester itself. We are fully digesting the material. Probio K2 is food for your anaerobic digester. It works on both levels, the front end and the back end, reducing the volume, increasing gas production, and reducing odor as a benefit. Also allows you to bring in more volatile materials. ProBio can treat your mix pit. It can treat the digestate at the back end. It can be very useful for your AD environment. So if you're in the AD business and you want some food for your digester, go to probiopowder.com and call me. All right. Well, let me just start asking you a couple of questions. So, first of all, how long have you guys been operating the digester? And give us a little background on the farm. Just give us the nickel tour of Dunnondale Farms.
So we initially started the project in 2008. We weren't really operational until about 2010. And at that point, we were running a 500 kilowatt contract. In 2014, we put up the third tank that we have, and we started a second motor up for 250 kilowatt. So we're capabilities here are 750 kilowatts an hour. And we try to fill that, but we try not to burn excess and waste.
Try to keep the energy consistent and maintain the generator at a particular delivery rate.
Yes.
And overall, since 2008, other than odor in the parlor, have you had odor issues?
Any odor issues have always been on the receiving end of the fog and the fog receiving tanks. When it comes out of the digester, odor's not an issue, but
So your digestate, even with the inconsistencies of feedstock, your digestate doesn't have a lot of ammonia in it.
there's definitely ammonia in it. But as far as like odor for the neighbors, you can't pick that any odor up from it. It's just the fog that we're receiving before it's digested.
Right. So, and the digester has a retention time of how much?
Uh, Probably around 100 days right now.
Around 100 days to go be inputted and through the entire system and come out in the digestate.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's just talk a little bit about. So you started out, you're putting in about a half a bag a day, about 15 pounds of ProBio,
Yeah.
and your input load daily is 30,000 gallons.
Yeah. Yeah. Would be right around there.
So at 15 pounds per 30,000 gallons, I mean, we're nowhere near the recommended inoculation in an aerobic environment. So, I mean, I'm finding it's pretty impressive that it's having this much effect on your material. Is that a safe statement?
Yeah. It's definitely a noticeable improvement on the overall process.
So, and just mark those improvements for me. Number one, number two, number three.
Well, the biggest one is just the consistency of gas production. Like we are a lot more stable environment than before. We would go through spells of low gas, and I would say it stabilized things out, and we've hit an increase somewhere between 50 to 75 kilowatts an hour on average than what we were running before we went on the ProBio. And as long as so we had a challenge with the cold weather this winter, and it was interesting to see what happened. After we started using it, we were still maintaining heat, and we gained a little heat, and we got down to 15 to 20 cubic meters a day of volume reduction. But then we hit the cold spell for like 3 weeks of minus 20, and we couldn't keep up to temperature, and we got down to like 30, 34 degrees. And at that point, we lost all our volume reduction. Like we were back up to normal transfer levels.
Right,
But
because the heat is in the evaporation.
but then last week it started to warm up again, and we're back up to like 36, 37 degrees now, and I'm back down to 20 cubic meters a day of volume reduction.
That's pretty amazing. So 20 cubic meters reduced based on 15 pounds of probio. Do you add it in the mixed tank throughout the day, or do you just put it all in the morning?
So we treat in two different places. We're treating the dairy barn and the holding tank once a day, and but it's a pretty big buffer, so it's always mixing in there throughout the day. So we treat there, and we also treat our fog receiving tank. Every time we get a load of a particular product, we'll throw some in, and then it mixes through the three tanks before it hits the digester.
And so right now you're getting 75 kilowatt hours increase. So that doesn't really tell us how many cubic meters of gas are being produced. But would it be safe to assume that the relationship between the 15 to 20 cubic meters that are being reduced in the volume, fully digested, is creating a substantial more gas? Is that a safe assumption?
That's what I believe is happening.
And I mean, what would be really curious is your next cold run when it starts dropping to add a little bit more because it brings the heat. I mean, I know that in the aerobic environment, when I treat material over a carrier bed, within 24 hours, it's 57 degrees, the carrier bed. Just, the receiving bed of carbon with the liquid slurry, the probio mixed into the slurry. Um, we just get heat so quickly, and that's what creates the evaporation. So it's a very smart, sophisticated carbohydrate, the probio K2. Um, so I guess for me, just to kind of again, and I'm trying to build a larger vision out of this. Using your experience to communicate out into this industry. So you guys are on a just explain the relationship with the electricity, the diesel generator or the gas generator, how you get paid from that, and how that all works.
Well, right now we are involved with two fit contracts, so we get paid per kilowatt hour, and there's also peak hours there too. So depending what time of day it is, will depend how much you're getting per hour. But yeah, so at this point, it's all electricity. We're not injecting any gas in for RNG.
And how do you? So is the fit contract coming to an end
The first one will be ending in 2030.
in 2030? And so you're selling electricity at a premium to the grid. And at this point, for you guys, when you get that electrical increase, does it increase the check from the fit program for you?
Yeah, for sure, as long as we're not overproducing.
Right. They put a cap on it.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So, and you guys were at your max consistently prior to ProBio or no?
Not consistently. We have been many times, but I would say we went through spells of good performance and not so great performance. But we've also so the other factor is here we used to put in like 20 tons of corn silage a day, and now we're down to 3 tons of corn silage a day with the off farm waste we're getting, which that's where ProBio came in. I think our fog levels were so high we weren't fully digesting it all, And with the probiotic, I believe it's now capturing all of that because we didn't change anything and we increased on average 50 to 75 kilowatts. And that was with 3 tons of corn silage a day.
And the corn silage used to give you a boost in energy production.
Yeah, there's a calculation there for how much you'll get per ton. I don't remember what it is.
It's a fairly significant gas. No, corn makes sense. Corn makes sense. So I guess if you were talking to a digester operator, how much off-farm food waste do you guys bring in now? Like the fats, oils, and grease comes in the Army trucks, like 5,000 gallons at a shot.
Yeah, typically we're getting like between 50 and 60,000 liters a day.
Coming from Army Organic Resort, the Walker
Well,
Industries trucks.
probably a third to half would be from them, but there's a lot of other players for sure.
And do you do any other? You guys used to do. Did you have Procter and Gamble bring their food waste up at one point?
Uh, I don't think so.
Do you have any other just raw food product that arrives?
Sandy Max brings grocery waste once a week. That's and we get Minute Maid there from Peterborough, a few loads a week from there. It's like fruit, their fruit waste, and we get a corn distiller byproduct from Havelock, the ethanol plant there, about three loads a week.
Wow. Okay, so
So
you got a fairly diverse
we're
feedstock.
getting like 2 loads a day on average, probably. 'Cause
Oh, wow.
we get all the restaurants in Belleville pretty well through Ace and Craig's. They haul them, so most of the grease trap waste from Belleville comes to our place.
Eugene Craig's uh, the vac truck guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Kellogg's in Belleville too. We get all of theirs.
So you've got a fairly diverse feedstock. It's coming in. It's got a lot of variables in it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of variables in it for sure.
Well, I guess so. Let's just so summarize. You started putting this stuff in around what, the first week in January?
I was right around Christmas time.
Yeah, right. Between Christmas, I think you started on my birthday, actually, Boxing Day. So, I mean, at this point, if you were talking to another digester operator in Tennessee who they take a massive amount of tomatoes and they have odor problems when they process those tomatoes. Their mix pit creates ammonia and H2S because the acid in the tomatoes, when it mixes with the other food waste, it's just
Yeah.
crazy. So, I mean, just if you could talk directly to a digester operator and tell them about your experience with ProBio. I mean, and again, we know there's a cost to it, but I just kind of overall give me a statement around a recommend if you could.
Uh, we're definitely happy with the changes we've seen, and if you're hesitant on it, I would say it's extremely low risk to try. Like you're only gonna gain from it. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Right. And if you have a fit contract, or even more importantly, if you're putting gas in the pipeline and getting paid on the volume, there seems to be a connection between the ProBio and gas production. It's proven at this point, right?
Yeah, it appears that we've definitely noticed that.
Okay. Well, look, I think I can take this for now. I'd love you to somehow, if the CPU, like if there was a way for you to print out a graph out of one of your, if there's a monitor that would show the day the ProBio went in and the volume reduction and the gas increase. I don't. Again, I'm just thinking out loud, Eric. I don't know if you have that ability or to create that data or not.
I can show you some volume reduction, but we it only keeps a two week history. So right now I could show you where the cold spell was and where it's back down to saving a lot of volume again.
If you could just take your phone and get in front of the screen and show that and upload that to Sean's Dropbox, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I can do that.
So, and again, if you want to do like a walk and talk with it and just say, look, we've been using this product since December the 27th. What we're noticing is consistently 15 to 20 cubic meters of volume reduction. I mean, that's for Tennessee. It's like this. It pays for the product. I mean, it's done, right? It's over. I don't even have to worry about the gas production or anything else. I mean, they have full time tanker trucks on staff. They've had to buy dedicated tanker trucks to manage their digestate. It just doesn't stop, right? Liquid in, liquid out. So any way to reduce by 15 to 20 cubic meters a day is going to be massive. So that's a truckload.
Yeah, it'd be close to it.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I'm trying to prove here. So just if you wanted to do like a little 45-second walk and talk for me and with the screen showing the volume reduction, upload that for Sean. We're going to try and put this something together that I can push out into the AD industry.
Yeah, and I'll try and do that today sometime.
All right. I appreciate your time.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks, Eric. Okay. So we're here at Dunnondale Farms and we got Mark and Eric here. Mark doesn't want to talk on camera, but Eric will. So Eric, just say that again.
Since we started using ProBio, we've added a lot of stability to our gas production that, with the amount of off-farm waste we get, has historically been a lot more fluctuations than we have been recently.